We head toward the light. It's all good. That's the theme of this summer's public art initiative in New Bedford. It's brought to us for free by DATMA, the Massachusetts Design, Art, and Technology Institute. Lindsay Meese, Executive Director of DATMA, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us again.
So this is your second year. The theme is light all through the city of New Bedford. How did you arrive on this? Just to remind people, it was wind last year, light this year. Tell me about it.
Yes, it was important for us as a new organization that we create work that really resonates with the community and wanted it to be about the community. New Bedford has a very important fishing industry that really is the core of the city and has been for hundreds of years. And in the 19th century whaling history, New Bedford was noted the city that once lit the world. And we see that happening again where we might at least light the region through wind energy. And so it's exciting for us to be at this forefront, and we want to recognize the technologies coming our way. And we're really inspired about what light would mean for New Bedford tomorrow.
Well, we'll talk about the individual pieces in a moment, but first, to back up a little bit, you've described this as curating the city, not a gallery, not a museum, but the city. Elaborate for me.
I walk through the streets every day. I'm a New Bedford resident, and I just see the beauty in the architecture that you can just see the decades and really centuries of life, and I don't think enough of it is appreciated. So I figure if I present maybe a special nook or a building facade with a certain piece of artwork, then it will draw people to that place and help them reimagine where they live and also appreciate where they live and perhaps see it in a way that they haven't seen it before.
Well, talking about facades in particular, that leads us to Vessels. Tell me about that piece.
The piece Vessels was created by a group, Masari Studios, and they're actually Boston-based. And we had been in contact last year when Summer Winds was really underway. That was the name of our program series last year. And they reached out and they said that they liked what we were doing and presenting art in this public way and wanted to try to at least become friends or perhaps put a project together. And we had them come down and we just walked around the city together. We took a walk with my program committee and tried to present to them some of the places that we really saw as potential. There's Abolition Row, or just go down Union Street. There's Old Rose Alley, but the waterfront, which I totally understand why it's just was so captivating to these artists. Brian Edwards and Samo Orchestron Lang, they're some of the founders of Masari. Their way of creating this interrelated media works offered projection and music and animation and performance. And in one way or another, we felt like those artistic mediums could, kind of capture the theme and the current moment on the waterfront.
Your other major installation is by Susani Park, which just looks glittery and dazzling. Tell me about this piece.
Sure. Another artist that worked with light this year is Sue Sunny Park, and she's based in Vermont. And the piece for us was really captivating because she considers herself as an artist that works with light. So her medium is light, and she's sculpting with light. What was so captivating about this piece in particular was her use of non-traditional materials such as a diamond fence that normally creates barriers, and she welds it in such a way where she forms it into this almost vortex of continuous space and filling each diamond with this silver plexiglass to create endless amounts of reflections. On top of that, she's also using cameras and projectors to use artificial light and recordings to try to add to that element of different types of light. So you can see it during the day or in the evening, and it really is amazing.
What is it like to see that in person, to be there with those reflections?
Oh, God, to be honest, during the day, it's a completely different experience as visiting it at night. I see a lot of diamonds all over the sidewalks, and what I really enjoy when I've been looking at the work lately is just seeing how people are responding to it. There were many institutions that had to push their programming a year, and it brought us a lot of joy to make sure that we were presenting artwork for our community and for the organizations that wouldn't be able to open up their doors.
And I suppose that now that you've seen the community reaction, the patron reaction, the visitor reaction, you realize that this was what you had to do. I mean, what really solidified that for you?
I think what solidified it was when we had the opportunity to project one of the Masari projections on one of the facades of a fellow nonprofit that had their doors closed. And it was just meaningful for us to be able to include them in this way. We're asking people to just walk by this institution. It was at the Whaling Museum specifically. And I don't know what the arts and culture would be like today if the Whaling Museum hadn't paved the way decades ago. So it was important for us to take that first step and have that first presentation of vessels with a very important partner to us.
And of course, the Whaling Museum is open now for visitors as well, so even more reason. And finally, you grew up in this city. You've been part of the city for a long time. What's it like for you to see this transformation that happens? You saw it in a big way last year when you could have lots of visitors for the Wind Festival, but to see what's happened even in a more diminished capacity this year.
For me, at my age and my career, I'm just so happy to be part of it. It brings me a lot of joy and pride, and just to see it happen, I get a little emotional about it. It's meaningful. The city, when I first walked through the streets, just had so many empty storefronts, and I just thought, why? This place is so beautiful. It has so much potential. What can we do? And I can't believe I'm in a position where I can actually make a difference. It's very new. It's a new feeling for me.
Well, you've made a huge difference. I look forward to next year when we can talk about this outside together once again. That'll be a great, great moment. It's so nice to see you.
You too.